It smells wonderful, were the words uttered as the aroma of the Sunday roast hit us. Smell matters. Aromas, pleasant and foul, remind us of people, of places, and of events. The smell of coal and heavy industry used to fill our region's air. There are lovely smells that I associate with Easter. The spices in hot cross buns, really good chocolate, and then for me, there's the smell of scented oil poured on the heads of those I confirm at the dawn service in Durham Cathedral. It's this last smell that takes me back into the Easter story itself. During his last few days, Jesus spent each evening with friends in the village of Bethany. One evening, Mary, the sister of Martha and Lazarus, did something unexpected. It scandalized Jesus' disciples. She took a jar of expensive perfume and poured it out on Jesus' head and feet. The whole house was filled with the aroma. It was like she had taken a whole bottle of Chanel and in one go used the lot. It was an extravagant act of love. Whilst Jesus' disciples all thought about how the money it was worth could have been used to help the poor, Jesus welcomed it as a love token ahead of his death. Jesus interpreted it as his being anointed, ready for burial. The quantity was so great that possibly as he hung on the cross, something of that aroma, now mixed with sweat, blood and dust, was still in his hair and still rising from his feet. Jesus' burial had to be rushed on the Friday. So as soon as the Sabbath was over, some of the women closest to Jesus went to the tomb with anointing oil and spices to finish the burial rites. This too was to be an act of love for the one who had taught them, led them, freed them and forgiven them. They never got to use those oils and spices, for Jesus' body had gone. Jesus was risen. Jesus' death is the most extravagant love gift the world has ever known. Like the perfume poured out, he poured out his life in love for us all to bring us back into friendship with God. It's this extravagance of love that I reflect on this Easter. In an era when we hear so much about austerity, about reducing and cutting, we need to smell the joy and life of abundance, generosity and extravagance. Love which gives and gives again. Love towards those in deepest need, whether they be asylum seekers and refugees, the severely disabled, those caught up in violence or trapped in abusive relationships. We need to recover the place and value of generosity and extravagance. We need to smell the aroma of God's love and let it bring us back to life.